I literally got beat up. Ash on our bus right now. I feel like today's literally like out of a horror movie. We're Kels and Jay, and we converted a school bus into our very own tiny home on wheels. We are taking it all around America, with our baby Pippa, of course. Come along for the ride as we try to adventure in all 50 states. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Last week, we made our way through the coast of Oregon, played golf the right way. Oh. Found a very large rock and visited an amazing cheese farm. We packed up and got ready to head straight into Portland, but little did we know worrying about the riots would be the least of our problems. It's a long story how we got here, but basically Jamie and I are doing some filming for another YouTube channel and staying in the tiny homes that we are filming. There's 3 separate tiny homes and I'm in one of them and Jamie is in the other. I don't know, we just were like fighting over the most stupid things. Obviously we spend so much time together and we work together, and when you're with the same person 24/7, it's no matter how much you love them, I feel like it's hard not to like bicker over the most stupid things. Like literally our last argument, which made us separate, was Jamie yelled at me for not being ready in time, and then I got angry back at him because I was mad at him for being mad at me for not being ready, and it was just so stupid. But it's really nice that we have separate tiny homes. Obviously this would be a great experience to be having with him, but sometimes that's just not how the cookie crumbles and you just need time apart. And I feel like, I don't know, it's just like a learning experience. Like we're learning as we go. We won't always be fortunate enough to have 2 different tiny homes to stay in overnight. But yeah, we're learning, and I got Pippa, obviously. Pippa, how do you feel about your mommy being a single mommy for the night? I think she's digging it. Pippa, don't jump, it's not worth it. Alright, so yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy my alone time with Pippa. I guess we'll catch up with you guys after that. After a good night's sleep, we woke up and decided to put our dumb fight behind us. We really do only have each other out here, and sometimes it can be really easy to forget that. Being in a tiny space together 24/7 is an adjustment, but it's one we're working on and getting better at each and every day. We were excited to explore Portland, but of course in style. We thought about traveling the city on an electric bike, but ultimately decided to go with the electric scooter. We've been debating on getting one, so we thought it was a great time to test it out. I mean, look how cool we look. We really feel like Portland is a beautiful and misunderstood city going through a lot right now, and we are so excited to show all the good in it. But I guess the universe just had other plans for us.
Well, that ride didn't last too long. Kelsey, tell them more.
Oh my god, I literally got beat up. Looks like.
You got your face, elbows. I think electric scooters aren't for us.
When I fell off my scooter, about 4 different people came running over to me right away. These are not medics. This is a guy who was on his break and knew nothing about anything health related, but took his time to comfort me and get a first aid kit for me anyways. After the shock of the hit and the adrenaline wore off, I started to feel dizzy and like I was going to pass out. They brought me orange juice and offered to hose me off.
The hose is on, it's pressurized.
Like I said, they weren't medics, but they were honestly the sweetest people.
Kels?
Yeah. Don't ride the scooters. Even though they're fun, don't do it. Alright, I'm gonna spray out Portland. Who would have thought I would have gotten wrecked by a scooter. Bye Portland. Wish we could have saw more of you, but maybe next time.
Bye. Until next time.
I think it's just like the omen here. There's like a bad omen over Portland. It's such a... It looks...
Evidently, let me show them.
What? Bad omen.
The face done. Shoulder done. Let me see that elbow.
There's not enough ice packs.
Ooh.
I need to just like soak in ice.
The knees all banged up.
I've always wanted a black eye. It literally looks like Jamie beats me. As I was lying there, I was just like, we were in all those like homeless people were near us, so I was just like, it could always still be worse.
It's true.
Crazy. There's so many homeless people here, but we'll have to come back another time. Gotta help ourselves before we can help the homeless, huh?
Yeah.
I look like I need help.
Alright, say bye.
Bye. All battered up and bruised, we left to head towards Pacific City on the shore of Oregon. You know those days you have where nothing seems to go right? This was without a doubt one of those days. It wasn't long before the fall and injuries felt like such a small problem in comparison to what we were now facing. We made our way to a campground we were supposed to be staying at. We both had a pit in our stomachs as we got closer and closer to it. The skies got grayer and the smell of smoke entered the air. We didn't have service to check where the fires were spreading. We thought we'd be safe on the coast, but the closer we got to the coast, the heavier the smoke got. We finally arrived at the campground where we thought we'd get some better information.
Today's literally like out of a horror movie, but it's fine. This is just crazy. Like, I live on the East Coast, Jimmy lives in England, so obviously we're not used to dealing with fires of any sort. Well, not of any sort, but forest fires. Sorry, I think I'm probably a little bit concussed as well. So yeah, we just gotta kind of figure this out.
Only to get rejected for being a skoolie.
So we made it through the forest fire, well, we're still kind of in it. Made it to 1,000 Trails reservation, and we got here and they asked us for like some stupid RV certificate thing, which obviously we don't have. And they were like, okay, well,
leave anyways.
yeah, we're not going to stay because it's so smoky, but he was like, oh, you can't stay if you don't have the RV thing. And I was like, well, I haven't had a problem with any 1,000 Trails. And he was like, oh, I guess we're the only ones that pay attention then. This 1,000 Trails, Pacific City in Oregon, sucks. But yeah, it's so smoky, we're gonna head out anyway, so everything happens for a reason. Let's try to get out of this smoke.
Life's kind of funny, isn't it? We've gone to campground after campground being accepted without ever having any problems, and the time we need it the most is the time we aren't allowed in. We kept driving and somehow stumbled upon a casino.
Alright guys, quick update. My arm still looks like this, but it's feeling a little better. We both look a little beat right now. But we're getting along now. We're at a casino with like a bunch of other people who have actually evacuated their homes. We met an 88-year-old couple. They've just celebrated their 64th anniversary yesterday by evacuating and packing away their home, and they don't know if it's gonna make it.
That like puts it into perspective for us. We're here bitching about how we drove 4 hours through forest fires and got rejected at a campground, but realistically,
And we're fighting.
there's people that have evacuated their house not knowing if it's going to be there when they get back. Their house could just get burnt down to ashes.
I think just meeting, like, you obviously see the houses and then the smoke in the background, but then like actually meeting someone that has to go through that is just crazy. Like, I can't imagine the stress that they're going through, but they were so sweet and we want to hopefully do something for them.
We'd like to do something for them to like lift their spirits a little bit.
And we're in a whole parking lot filled with other people. Apparently a guy was in a truck with his 3 dogs. He just like last minute evacuated his home. So it's crazy to
we think we have
be
it
in
rough,
this.
but then you see people like that and they're like, no, you have it rough. We're so fortunate.
Yeah. So again, just puts everything into perspective, and we're gonna sleep here tonight safely. Wake up in the morning and see how the fires have spread. Apparently the safest place to be right now is Portland, so good job on us for doing research before leaving.
And thank you for everyone that's messaged us on Instagram in particular today, like just wishing us well. And obviously with Kelsey with her war wounds. It really touched us, and it meant a lot that there's so many people that give a damn about us.
Yeah.
It's really nice. But yeah, that's enough for today. We're gonna get some sleep. And tomorrow is a new day.
Tomorrow will be better.
Good night.
Good night. This is so insane. It literally looks like something like out of a horror movie. We're still parked at a casino. My arm is like this, so I'm just a mess right now. We're gonna go check with security here. They've been really good about like keeping us up to date on everything that's going on. We're gonna go check it out. I think it's just because the wind is kind of blowing all the fire smoke. towards this direction. It's ashy out there, it's smoky. I'm starting to smell the smoke from in here. And it's just like, not good vibes. Not good vibes. So, I'm gonna go check it out. Gosh, it stinks. This is literal ash on our bus right now. It's like raining ash. It's crazy.
After speaking with security, we knew that for now, we were still safe. The devastation surrounding us, however, was unfathomable. And we somehow found ourselves directly in the middle of it.
It's difficult to watch looking at the devastated towns of Talent and Phoenix. The Almeda fire, just an update, now 3,200 acres, 0% contained. And officials asking everyone to stay clear of the area as they continue to investigate the fire, with saving lives their #1 priority. The Obenchain fire, now more than 23,150 acres, also 0% contained. Fire crews working round the clock on the 242 fire in Klamath County. Right now, this fire stands at 12,500 acres, just 5% containment. And lastly, the Brattain fire burning in Lake County, approximately 4,000 acres with 0% containment. It grew more than 3,000 acres yesterday. The fire was discovered late Monday night.
We looked a little closer at the parking lot we were staying in. It was filled with evacuees. One tiny car filled with a lady, her 2 German shepherds, and a collie. We went up to her to see if she needed anything. Tears streaming down her face, she told us her house had burned down. She wasn't sure if her horses had made it, and she didn't have time to bring them. Evacuation was so sudden, and in the blink of an eye, she was homeless.
Poor freaking lady.
We kept walking through the parking lot. We met another lady packed in her tiny car with her 2 dogs and a cat. She had a cane and told us she had nearly died a month ago from a hit and run. She was pretty certain her house had burned down as well. I told her we were not evacuees, but she proceeded to ask if we were okay and say how horribly she felt for us being stuck here as well. I looked at her in amazement. She was so strong. We offered a helping hand to those around us. That was all we could do, whether that meant being a shoulder to cry on or offering our couch to sleep on. In a moment where we felt so helpless, we knew it wasn't enough, but it was all we could do. We found ourselves especially drawn to the couple we had met the first night and their Siberian husky, Maya. They had no way of finding out whether or not their home was still intact, but they kept checking on us, asking if we needed anything from the store and making sure that we were okay. We couldn't believe their generosity while they were experiencing so much stress and uncertainty. We spent the next day speaking with them, listening to them, and hearing them talk about their home they had lived in for 30 years.
We've been staying back there. It looks like the casino actually put everyone who's evacuated in the same parking lot. So I'm gonna go check on them, see how they're doing. Bringing our new friends some coffees. That's where they are, just up there.
They told us they found comfort in speaking to us. I think it was the sort of distraction that they needed.
Well, it's not a town anymore.
We kept checking on the government website for them, and then, after 2 days of waiting, we came across this. The fire was contained in their area. They lived on Slick Rock Creek, and their house was okay. Tears filled their eyes as they thanked us and cried happy tears of relief. It was the kind of news we had been dying for, and we were so grateful to be there when they got it.
You're so photogenic.
In a moment of weakness, our biggest strength is each other. When everything seems to be falling apart, no one is white, black, Asian, Latino, Democratic, or Republican. Everyone is human, and everyone needs each other. There are things in life that sometimes just happen, and you can't explain them. It's times like those which bring people together more than ever. And it's sad that it takes something like a fire for us to realize this, but if you can't find any good coming from a tragedy, what else do you have?